Hi, this video for lesson number 18, Google Map JavaScript API Part C. So the data files folder EWT-18. Okay, I already have it open on my desktop. Okay, this is the one. Right simple only. We only have the template project. Okay, right click on app and select open with code. I already have this template project app open in my VS Code already. Okay, this is the one. Then this is the node.txt files. Okay, for this lesson, I'm going to cover 3 demos here. Okay, Part C. Demo 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we're going to start to talk about shapes. Okay, we can create 3 basic shape in Google Maps. Okay, circle, rectangle, and also polygon. Then we talk about demo 7. We're going to talk about an application of using circle. Use circle to calculate the radius and distance. Okay, and show it on top of map. Okay, then demo 8, we can talk about drawing managers. A built-in library that allows us to draw shapes, marker, lines easily rather than having to type a lot of code. Okay, so let us start with demo 6 first. Okay, this is how the UI of demo 6 look like. We got a drop down consists of circle, rectangle, and polygon. Okay, we will allow the user to select from the list. Then after that, they click on the map to create the shapes accordingly. Then we got a 0 here. 0 is going to return the number of circle, number of rectangle, and polygon on top of the maps. Okay, we click on remove button to remove the individual group. Okay, we click on remove all to remove all together. So very simple. Okay, so let's jump to the VS Code and open up this demo 6. Okay, I'm going to start from top again. Okay, so on top we go to style. Okay, so the style we'll just keep it. Okay, then we talk about the main section. So this one is our selection list. Okay, the one on top over here. Okay, let's look at the values given. So circle, rectangle, polygon. You can notice that here are lowercase, but over my UI is displayed in capital letter. It's capitalized. The reason because I'm using CSS. Okay, so I'm using text transform to make them become capital letters. Okay, that's why later when we deal with the value, they have to be lowercase. Take note of it. It's attached to a data properties called type, represent the shape types. Okay, then we got the horizontal line. We got every time we click on the button, okay, we can remove. We call the same function remove, but we're passing the types accordingly as a string. Okay, we also have a function that return the count. Again, okay, is share function. Okay, all these 3 are calling the same function, but we're passing different type string in the middle. Then at the bottom, we got remove all. Okay, that's it, right simple. Okay, let's focus on the script section right now. So in my data section, I do have the type. Okay, by default circle. Okay, this one, the type is going to change based on my drop down line. Okay, so after that, we do have the age. This one I'm going to use at the end. Okay, we ignore about that first, then we got the shapes. So all the shape that we create, circle, rectangle, and also polygon, is to be put inside the same array. We can also create 3 different array. I just want to try a different approach on here. So all the 3 shape will be pushed inside the same array. Okay, then our method count, remove, and remove all. Okay, to do one is actually at the bottom. So created is here. Okay, mounted, as we know that mounted, we can use it to initialize our map. Okay, whereas unmounted is going to have this set the map to null. So let's go back to the middle here. Okay, there's a lot of function skeleton being created already. So let us start with the code over here. So we got the map being initialized. Okay, to do one, okay, whenever we click on the map, it's not double click, Whenever we click on the map, we're going to create the shapes by calling the function at the bottom here. So I got a skeleton for draw circle, draw rectangle, and also draw polygon. We will call them accordingly. Okay, so let us start to write the code. Okay, let me close my Explorer over here. So we're going to start by obtaining the position, okay, where we click, okay, e.latitude longitude. So we got the latitude object ready. Then let us define S to represent the shapes. Okay, I make it lat because we're going to change the value. Okay, by default it's actually now. Okay, in the middle, you can write a switch statement to call the function accordingly. Okay, but if let's say at the bottom here, so I noticed that S, okay, no S, okay, then I can return. That means I do not have the shape I can return. So in the middle, we can try to generate the shape accordingly. Okay, this dot type depends on the type selected by the user. We're going to use a case, switch case. The case is going to be circle. Okay, for circle, okay, I will call the method draw circle. Okay, we're going to make the function return the shapes. So right now it's doing nothing. We'll do that later. And the function receive the position, okay, of the center point. Okay, let's just provide that first. So done already, then we call the break. Okay, we continue with the next one. The next one is going to be rectangle. Okay, we compare the string. Okay, do the same thing. We call the function draw rectangle. Okay, passing the point. Okay, this one is going to be the middle point of the rectangle. Then we call break. The last one is going to be polygon. So if let's say the type is actually polygon, then we're going to call a different function again. So draw polygon. Okay, passing the point, passing the position of the center point, and also passing the edge. Okay, we won't use the edge until the end, but anyhow we can pass in first. So the edge actually coming from our select list over the data over here, edge 3, by default it's 3, but again we won't use it until the end, so we just passing the data this dot edge. Okay, then we call the break. Okay, let me adjust my code a bit so that it's look neat. Okay, well, so let's move on. Okay, if no shape, then we can just return no point to continue. But if let's say you got a shape object being returned, we can assign it to our shapes array. Okay, just call the push, passing the S will do. Okay, if let's say try to look at top, the shape array is actually our data properties also lah. So over here, by default, it's empty. Okay, done. Okay, so but we cannot do testing yet because our function is not working. So we start with the first one. So we are going to call the draw circle function to create a circle. Okay, for circle, the important thing is to get the center and also radius. Okay, so let us do this one. I call it as to represent this new shape. Okay, new Google Map dot circle. Okay, then we pass in the option accordingly. Okay, as I mentioned that the important is going to be the center. Okay, center is going to be the position. So radius, we can fix it to be 1000 meter. Okay, 1000 is actually meter. Okay, then we attach it to the map. Okay, later I can write more, but I will come back to here later. So let's look at how the default circle look like. So at the end, I need to return the shapes. Okay, if I say I don't return, then on top you will see nothing. So I return it, so that I can return the S, okay, and store it inside our shapes array. So right now, let us look at the result. I come back to here. So circle selected, you click on the map. So now you got a black color circle. Okay, so we can continue to program them. So let's continue. Okay, we can provide other things to change the colors. So again, to change the stroke color, okay, to become red. Okay, for instance. Okay, then I also want to change the color in the middle. Okay, the fill color, I'm going to change it to red. But for the fill color, I think by default it's going to be transparent a bit. I leave it to be. So draggable, I make it draggable so that I can change location. And I also store custom properties because later we want to do filtering to remove. Okay, so that's why I provide a custom properties. It's called type. Okay, again, this one Google Map does not support this one. Okay, we provide it for our own use. Okay, so let us move on. Okay, and look at the result. So right now my circle is actually right in color. Okay, we can also change other things like the stroke weight, okay, like the fill transparency. If you don't like transparent, you want to make it solid, change the fill opacity to 1. Okay, that one I will just keep them. So anyway, we got a circle ready. So right now, let us move on to talk about other shapes. Okay, rectangle. To create a rectangle, you need to provide the bounds. Okay, let me open my notes.txt to explain about what's a bounce. So right down here, okay, this one is actually a rectangular bounce. Okay, a bounce consists of 2 points, coordinate for 2 points, the northeast and also southwest point. Okay, so once you have this point, okay, and southwest point already, so Google Map will be able to draw a rectangle. So that means 2 coordinate or 2 position, the northeast point and also southwest point. Okay, which one first doesn't really matter. Okay, how we're going to create it is going to be like this. We're going to, whenever the user click on the map, we're going to determine the center point, right? So from the center point, you're going to start to move. I'm going to travel, okay, 1000 meter to the northeast. Okay, to obtain my northeast point, I'm going to calculate that. So we click on the center of the rectangle. Okay, we click the point will become center of rectangle. Then we calculate a point which is 1000 meter away to the northeast point. Okay, in this direction is going to be 45 degree. Okay, the degree we call it as heading. Okay, which direction we're heading for. So I want to calculate a point over here. Okay, whereas from here for the southwest point, I also do the same. Okay, from the center point, okay, where we click, okay, we're going to travel 1000 meter away to this location. This one is actually degree 225. So if let's say you take the middle, okay, 180 plus 45 will be 225. Okay, so let us talk about the calculation. To calculate a point based on traveling distance is using the compute offset method from the Google Map geometry spherical namespace. Okay, we're passing the starting point, which is center point. Okay, then we say that how far we want to travel. Okay, I'm going to use 1000. Then we tell the heading direction. So 45 degree for the northeast point. Okay, southwest point is going to be 225, man. So then we can return the latitude object already. So we can make use of this formula to create our rectangles. So let me go back to the code. Okay, we start by calculating the southwest point. Okay, by using the max. Okay, Google Maps geometries Spherical. Okay, the function is called compute offset. Okay, we provide the origin point, starting point. Okay, the starting point is going to be our P. Okay, traveling distance 1000 meter. Okay, direction. Okay, for southward it's going to be 225 degree. So I got the point already. So let us copy and paste. Okay, the line. So now we're going to calculate the north east. Okay, same parameters except for the last one going to be 45 degree lah. So because it's actually on the top right corner. So once I got this 2 point already, I can calculate the bounds. So let's directly do the job. New Google Map dot rectangle. Okay, so oops, I call wrong things already. Let me change it. New Google Map dot rectangle should be rectangle here. Okay, rectangle. Okay, then we're passing the bounds. Okay, which is the one that we created on top. Okay, but you have to create a new Google Map let long bounds object. Okay, passing the southwest point and also northeast point. So settle already. So let's continue. So make it appear on top of map. Okay, let's finally remember to return. So because we want to store this inside the array. Okay, let's look at the result. So we have to change this one to become rectangle. Then we start to do clicking. And now we got a rectangle appear on the map. But by default, it's black in color. So let's continue to change the fill color. So for this one, I'm going to make it more obvious. I'm going to make use of this cyan. Okay, cyan for the stroke color, okay, and also cyan for the fill color as well. Okay, I leave the transparency to be default. Okay, no problem. Okay, then I'm going to make it draggable as well, draggable through. Okay, and also give the custom properties. Okay, because later we need to do filtering, we provide custom properties type. So this is custom properties. Okay, let me mark it up. Okay, let's look at the result for now. So circle, okay, red in color. Okay, then we change to rectangle. That's going to be very bright over here. Okay, so maybe let me change the color of red because I'm using on a how to say, I'm working on a darker background. I got a gray layer, so I'm going to make my circle become lighter. I'm going to make use of pink color, let's say. So I go back and change it. Okay, because our map got a gray area. So if let's say we make the color brighter, then will be easier to read. Okay, let's look at the result right now, circle. Okay, so right now it's very easy to see how bright. Then look for rectangle and cyan. Okay, also bright. So later for the polygon, you can make it yellow in color. So let us continue. Okay, so we have this one done already. So let's move on. We can talk about how to draw a polygon. Okay, polygon. Okay, we will actually we will have to define the edge by using the same method also. But polygon receive the path, so we need to provide many points that we want to connect it together. So to make our life easier, okay, I'll just copy this one. I'm going to create a hexagon. Okay, so copy this one. Okay, we paste it here first. We have to calculate the point first. Same thing. When somebody click on the middle, okay, I'm going to travel it. Okay, I will travel to 0 degree, okay, 22 degree, okay, and create all the point together. So point 1 is going to be 0 degree. Okay, I can include 60 every time. So let's continue. Control C, Control V, 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 V. Okay, we need to have altogether 6 points. I call it P1, P2, okay, P3, P4, P5, P6. No need to worry. We just whenever do testing, we just do like this. But later, we're going to create a function for it. So 60, then it'll be 120, 120, because I want to create hexagon. Then add another 60, 1x0, 60, 240. After 240 will be 2x0, right? 300. Okay, the closing one no need. So we get that means that we have altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 points. Okay, they will be connected as a path to create the polygon. So we're starting from direction 0, 6, 120, 1x0, 240, 300. Then it will connect back to 0 automatically. So let us start to create the polygon at the bottom here. Okay, so cons. Okay, I'm gonna call it S. Okay, equal to new Google Map dot polygon. Okay, then we're passing the option. Okay, the important properties for polygon is going to be the path. Okay, polygon, we make use of path. So let us go top here. We type it here. The path array, okay, consists of P1, P2, P3, P4. Okay, all these coordinate will be connected together. P6. Okay, well, so we got a path already. Then we put it on top of a map. So right now we got a default polygon already. Okay, let's ignore the color first. So at the end, return first. So that you're going to go back to the array. Return first. So let us look at the result right now. Okay, I choose polygon. Okay, click. Okay, now we got a hexagon appear on the map. So this is 0.0, 60, Okay, 120, 180, and so on. Okay, this is how we create polygon. Troublesome a bit. You have to provide all the point. Okay, but it's not that difficult to understand how it's work like. So let's continue. For this one, I'm going to make the stroke color. Okay, again, I choose a lighter color. The reason because our gray is being gray, our map is in gray. I can make use of yellow. Okay, fill color, I can make use of yellow as well. Same color. Okay, so after that, I'm going to set it draggable as well, so we can drag it along if we want. Draggable through. Okay, and not to forget to give it a custom type lah, because later we need to do filtering for it. So this is a custom properties. Okay, let's look at all of our shape again. So circle, okay, no problem. So you can drag them around if you want. Then for rectangle, you have to choose. Rectangle also no problem, so can drag. Okay, finally the polygon. So click, we got a hexagon. So we got all the shape that we want already. Okay, however, the count is not working yet. The 000 here, we're going to display the count of different shapes. And also the remove remove a circle is not working yet. Okay, and also the other is not working yet. So let's continue. So back to the VS Code. So we have set up to do 4. Let's continue with to do 5. So look at where's to do 5. It's actually on top. So for our function to return the count. Okay, we need to return the length. Okay, actually we only have one array. Purposely do that. You can create 3 arrays for it. So we have to go inside this array to count. Okay, how many circle, rectangle, and polygon I have. So based on the type, because you look at how we call the method. Okay, count actually the type will be passing. So count circle, count rectangle, count polygon. So let us finish up this one now. Okay, let's remove a 0 and type. So this stop shapes the entire array. Okay, but we want to do filtering. Okay, we only want to filter. Okay, to return the shapes on which the type. Okay, remember the type is actually custom properties equivalent to the type passing to this function, which are string. We match it. Okay, once we've done the mapping already, okay, we're going to return the length of it. Then we got the count already. It's not difficult. So let's look at the result. So come to here, circle, circle. You can see 1, 2. So for rectangle, 1, 2, 3. So I got 3. Okay, for polygon, let us create 4 of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got it. Okay, so let's continue. We talk about the remove and also remove all. Okay, this one will be complex a bit. Okay, so it's not that difficult also. So let's start with to do 6. Okay, we have to start by doing filtering first. So let me copy this line because exactly the same. So it's just this part only. So I'm filter all the shape, okay, by the type. Okay, first step is always remove the item from the map. Okay, after that, remove it from an array. So to remove it from a map, okay, now I select all the circle, rectangle, polygon already, depends on the type. Then I call for each, okay, to remove them from the map. Okay, for each shapes, okay, I need to call the set map equal to now. Okay, again, this time will actually crash with the internal set map function also. I'm going to make use of view.toRaw. Okay, let's remember this one. Okay, make the shape become the raw circle, rectangle, polygon object. Then we call set map do now. Okay, then the item will be removed from a map. Okay, after that we have to filter our array so that the type is the circle. Okay, let's say circle. The circle will be actually removed. Okay, we keep the other shapes only. So for this one, we will use filter again. Okay, this shape. Okay, is going to become this dot shapes. Okay, dot filter, I will just retain other shapes, not the same type. So shapes, okay, on which shape dot type not equal to type. Okay, for other type will be retain, will be filter, okay, will be return and replace the array. And for the one that being selected, they will be remove away. So this way that we remove item, individual group. So let's come back to here. I just click some circle, click some rectangle, click some polygon. Okay, let's do a testing. Okay, rectangle, yeah, polygon, this one, wrong already. Okay, remove circle, circle gone, rectangle gone, okay, polygon also gone. So all these 3 buttons are working because they are pointing to the same function. Okay, let us continue. Okay, right now remove all. Okay, to remove all shape, the concept will be the same. So, but this time I'm going to just remove everything. So I can take this line, these 2 lines over here and make modification. Okay, we don't need to do filter anymore because we are trying to remove everything. So this is shape for each, then everything will gone. Okay, whereas for this one, no need to do further filtering. We just set the array back to empty. Then job done. So right now we can do testing again. So I can create 1 for each. Okay, make our life easier. 1 for each. So 1 for polygon as well. Click the remove all button. Okay, all gone. Okay, we also want to support double click to remove individual shapes. So let's go down, look for this map click. So when we click on the map, we are actually creating the shapes over here. The S is going to be the shape object. Okay, so then over here we just provide event for it. Okay, so all these are the original shape objects. So I can do this one S. Okay, the add listener. Okay, we can handle a DBL click, double click. Okay, so then we're going to get the event properties open and close. Okay, so what we want to do here, we're going to remove the shape itself, okay, from the map. Okay, this one is not from the array. Okay, this one is actually the original object. I get it from the new Google Map circle, rectangle, and polygon function. So I no need to use the view.toRaw. Directly, I can call s.setMap will do it. So remove it from the map. Okay, once you've done it ready, you have to remove it from the array as well. So we have to calculate the int text of it. Okay, equal to this.shapes, okay, dot int text of, okay, passing the object. Okay, the int text will be returned. Then we're going to call the splice function. Okay, splice. Okay, I1. So job done. So when we double click, you're going to see individual shape gone. So let's go back to the UI and try. So just double click. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. So let us continue. Okay, let's move down to the polygon. Okay, you can notice that for the polygon, we actually hard-coded all these points over here. So we are going to improve it by creating a function called generate path, so that instead of hard-coding to be 6 point all the time, we want to make it flexible. We can create any point as we wish. So we receive parameter from, okay, from which, how to say, from which location, from which center. Okay, then the distance, traveling distance. Basically, this from and distance is referring to the offset function that we want to accept. The middle point, okay, the traveling distance. Okay, for the edge, okay, we can tell how many point, how many edge we want for the polygon. Then we're going to generate all these degree heading accordingly. Okay, so let us start over here. Okay, I'm going to start by, we just return the path array will do. Okay, we're going to start by creating a constant array. Okay, I call it a path. So it's going to be empty. Okay, at the end, you're going to return it path. But in the middle, we're going to create a for loop to actually generate it. Okay, we're going to create a for loop. It's actually degree. We start the degree from 0, but let me call it heading because on the map, the direction that you heading to is actually the degree. So I'm going to say start from 0 degree. Okay, every time I'm going to test it. Okay, as long as the heading is still less than 360, I will continue. So every time we are going to do increment, okay, we take 360, divide the number of edges that we have for the polygon. Okay, so if I say 6, then you get 0, 60, and so on. So we're going to have this point. Okay, let us continue. Okay, every time we're going to call the method, okay, we call path.push. Okay, we generate a point, okay, and push it into our path array. At the end, we return. So the function here is going to be the same function that we call on top. Hey, we can just copy and paste. Okay, this one, just copy one of it. Copy. Okay, come to here and paste it because exactly the same. Geometry, spherical, complete offset. Okay, we start from, it's not p, from travel distance will be passed to this function, which is going to be distance. Okay, finally the heading degree. So which direction we're heading towards to. Okay, then the function will return an array. Okay, that consists of the number of points they're asking for. Then we can make use of it. So let's come back to here. We're going to highlight P1 to P6. We press Control / to make them become command. Okay, then this one we also make it become command. Okay, we're going to set the path by calling the method. Okay, generate path. Okay, we're passing the P, we're passing travel distance, which is 1000. We fix it already. Okay, for the edge, so right now let me set it to become 10. Okay, let's say I want to create 10 edges. So see how the result look like. So let's look at this polygon again. Polygon, I click. You can see that you got more edges is defined. Okay, at the corners. Okay, you say I want to increase it further, 100. Okay, you can do that also. So the function actually will help us to generate rather than we have to hard code everything. Let's go back to the UI. So let me choose polygon. You can see that when you have more edge, so the polygon is actually close to a circle already. Okay, it's also one technique you can use to create a circle, but definitely using circle is much more convenient. Just provide center point and also radius will do. Okay, let me come back to this part. Okay, this 100, actually I want to make use of edge. Okay, so again, I'm passing the edge. So right now, if let's say look at it, our edge actually default to this 3 only. So you see, by default 3 means a triangle. So if I say I look at it right now, it's going to be a triangle. Okay, polygon is going to be triangles. Okay, but we want to make it flexible. We want to create another drop down, allow the user to choose how many edges they want to create for the polygon. So at the very bottom, I got notes. Okay, so I just purposely provide this one for reference only. So 3 is actually a triangle. Okay, 4 is actually rectangle. Sometimes they call it tetragon or quadrilaterals. So 5 pentagon, hexagon, pentagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. If let's say you got 12. So we're going to provide at least option 3 to 10. 2 cannot create a shape. So at least you need to have 3 edges, right? So right now, let's go back up. We're going to attach drop down for the user to choose. Okay, so you're going to attach to these data properties. So we go down, we look for this to do 10. Okay, we're going to create a select list. Okay, so let me type the code directly. So select tab. Okay, so no need to have name, no need to have ID. So I can set it to be V model. Okay, V model, we're going to convert the value to number at the end. So it's going to attach to age. Not only that, I will only show this drop down whenever if my type is equivalent to polygon. So that means it depends on the user type. The user select polygon, then only this drop down will be shown out. So I can set it to polygon. Okay, there's a mistake here. It's supposed to compare the value. So if I say type equal to polygon, then we will show this drop down. Then let's continue with option. Okay, for option, I don't want to hardcode 3 to 10. Okay, I will just make use V4 to generate it. Just to try a different method. So I can say that n of, then we find an array. Okay, 3 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's an array of integer. Then we display the value of n in the middle. Okay, as a text. Okay, so right now let's go back to the page and test. So if let's say I change to polygon, okay, you can see the drop down appear already. So I click, I got a triangle. Okay, this one diamond shape. Okay, followed by this 5, okay, 6, and so on. Okay, so it's working. Okay, we settled demo 6 already. Right now, let's open up demo 7 now. Okay, demo 7 actually look like this. Okay, so the UI was simple, look like this. So we got a map. So the first thing that we want to do is we would like to generate a 10 marker at random location, okay, within this boundary. Okay, the rest we can talk about that later. So let's see how we can do that first. So let's move on back to our code. Okay, demo 7. So let me drag down a bit there. So here I have a selection box on top which allow the user to pick up the radius. Okay, this one I can make use of it later. So right now I got 500 to 3000 given. So after that we got the list. Okay, this one okay, this one is the length that on top here. Okay, point and also within the radius. So then go on further. Okay, here I got a division. Okay, item. For each item I actually look through the result. Okay, let's see, look at my data. My data only have radius default to 500 and also result which is empty array right now. That's why you can see nothing. So here I want to display the text, okay, basically the label as well as the distance. Okay, the distance from this particular circle to marker to another marker. Okay, right now it's very difficult to visualize, but later we will see how it works. So let's go down. So we got the created, we got the mounted. Mounted is our map. We're going to write a lot of code over here. You can see that there's quite a lot of skeleton being provided already. So unmounted is actually set the map back to now. Okay, let's focus on to do one. We start step by step, easier. Okay, we create the map. Then I try to create a circle. Okay, the circle is attached to map already, but there is no center and there's no center and radius. That's why the circle will not be shown. Even though I set the circle to the map, you cannot see the circle right now because the circle got no center, no radius. Okay, we can provide the center radius later. Right now, we just create it first. Then I got something called origin. This one represent one of my selected marker. Okay, then I got the marker array. Okay, which I do not put inside data. I put it outside here within my mounted function as a local variable. So later, our marker will be pushed inside this marker array. Then we handle event call. Google Map event, okay, add listener once, only run it for one time. Okay, once the map bounds is changed or the bounds is routed. So meaning to say whenever the map boundary is actually being defined, okay, during the very first time, we're going to generate 10 marker and random position. Okay, let's focus on to do one, okay? So, and let me maximize it. Okay, once the map boundary is actually fixed already, we're going to start by obtaining the southwest point of the boundary. If I say remember for the rectangle, southwest is actually located at the bottom left corner. So we get that location. Okay, get boundary, get bounds. Okay, get the bounds of the map, which is a rectangular boundary, right? So then we call get southwest to obtain the point. So now I get the southwest point already. Okay, I want to know the width, okay, and also height of my southwest to north. Okay, if I say I go back to my notes, okay, basically I want to get the width, okay, from here to here and also the height. okay, from the southwest to the northeast. So I want to get the width and height. So definitely on top of map, we do not call it width and height. So they call it span. Okay, I can call it SP. Okay, map.getBounds. Okay, same boundary, but this time you can call to span. Okay, basically, if let's say you try to visualize it, the span is actually similar to the height and also width. So height comes first. Okay, the reason because height is actually our latitude. Okay, and also the width. Okay, the width, okay, of the boundary, rectangular boundary is the longitude. So latitude and also longitude is to be returned. Okay, so then based on the southwest corner and also the width and height, okay, we can actually generate a random marker within the boundary. So I can to create a for loop. Okay, I can to make the for loop 2 for 10 times because I want to have altogether 10 random markers. So let me continue and plus plus. Okay, for each of this iteration, we're going to calculate the position. Okay, definitely we have to make it random, new gm dot latitude longitude. Okay, the two parameter lat and long will be random, but based on the value on top. Okay, to get the latitude, I'm going to take the southwest point latitude. Okay, latitude is actually height up and down. Then I'm going to plus the span, like, okay, something like plus the height of the boundary. But I don't want to plus the entire height. I want to plus a random percentage only. So I take it, multiply max.random. Max.random is going to give me a value between 0 to 0.9999, represents 0% to 99%. Okay, so if let's say I do this, I'll get a random latitude, okay, for my marker, but still within the boundary. So let me do the same for longitude. So I'm going to take the sp.long, okay, which is going to give me the width, okay, of my map. So not the entire width. Okay, we multiply the random location. So I got two parameters. So this one I remove this one. So once we got this done already, okay, we have to add the marker to the map. So I already have a function at the bottom which is going to add the marker. So we have to pass in position together with a text. Text represent a label, which must be a string. So I'm going to pass in the position. Okay, I cannot pass an integer, okay, because my n is integer at this context. So I'm going to convert it to string by passing it an empty string over here. So integer plus empty string, they will be converted, the result will be converted to string. So right now, if let's say I look at my map, I should get 10 random marker, okay, with the label of 1 until 10. So every time we load it, okay, so let me go to demo 6, come back to demo 7, you're going to get them in different position, but it's still within the boundary of the maps. Okay, by default, the default Google Map marker is actually being used. I would like to use my own. So let's go back to the code. Okay, so here we can add the markers. I can define the constant on top. Okay, we start with the red first. So we're going to provide it as object return. Okay, passing the URLs. Okay, so the location of my custom marker is actually located inside the image folder slash, okay, m marker, okay, and the file is called red.png. Okay, let us use this one, red, okay, to be the marker of our, to be the icon of our markers. So I can add an icon, okay, it's point to red. Okay, the reason I use a constant because later easier for us to reset it back to the different colors. So let's come back to here. Okay, you can see that, yep, I got the marker appear already, but you can notice that, okay, the text is actually not really, it's in absolute middle, okay, but I would like to make the text go up a bit. Okay, to do that, we have to provide label origin. So firstly, I'm going to set a new point. Okay, I'm going to change it to a new Google Map.point object, okay, passing the X and Y. So I can set it to be 2015. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, this means the location, okay, of your label. So let me demonstrate to you, show you what is the width and height of my label. Okay, I copy the URL here, go back to my web browser and duplicate this one. Okay, this time let me replace it. So point to my image m red png. Okay, this is my marker. Okay, so the size is actually 40 multiply 40. So for the X, okay, I design that I make it 20 so that it's going to be starting from here to the middle. So the X is always in the middle of this point. Okay, whereas for the Y, it's starting from top. Okay, I can move down around 50. The default, the original will always give you center. That means the label location will be at 2020 if let's say you use the default value, but I'm going to move it up a bit. I just want to leave the my Y to be in around 15 pixel. Okay, that's why I choose 20 and 15. So around this location, it will be look better because of the design of this marker. On top is actually fatter. So let me close this one and come back and look at the result. So I'm going to go back to this demo 7. Okay, right now I didn't change it yet, right? It's still in the middle, man. So I forget to actually set the label origin already. So I got a point, right? So I have to continue. Label origin. Okay, set it to our new point. Okay, let's look at the result. So you can notice that the label is actually slightly go up from a middle around 5 pixel. Okay, it's a very small move, but it's actually much more better if let's say you move it up a bit. So let's continue. Okay, we're going to define the same thing for red, green, and blue. Okay, so let me copy this one. Because we're going to make use of these three different colors of the marker. Okay, so this one change to green. Okay, this one change to blue. Okay, we can use green and blue later lah. So right now we leave it to be like this first. Okay, let me make some adjustment there. So we still stay with red. Okay, let's move on. Okay, after I do this, the marker will be pushed to the marker array, which is a local variable here. It's local one, it's not data properties. So then we're going to handle the click and also the drag event. Okay, for the click and drag event right now, we cannot see anything. Okay, so because I got an update function at the bottom, I just want to set the origin and update the result. Origin is actually referring to this. Okay, this one is the origin. This is going to use to represent my selected marker. Okay, so I'm going to do the operation first, but we cannot see the result. So origin equal to m. Set the origin, point to the same marker. Okay, after that we update the result. So again, because our function is doing nothing, you cannot see anything. So when we do dragging, okay, we drag the marker around. We also want to update the result as well. So I just call update will do. But again, no point to test because the function is doing nothing right now. So let's continue. Okay, talk about the function. Okay, before I move on, you can notice that my function is actually creating as a function expression. Okay, I didn't use a traditional way of creating function. Traditional way is actually like this. So function update, okay, open and close. This one traditional way, traditional function. So if let's say you're using traditional function, this keyword that you use inside the function is actually point to the function itself. Okay, but if let's say using function expression, if let's say you use this keyword inside, okay, the keyword here is actually point to the view instant. Okay, because I want to point to the view instant within my function body. So in that case, I cannot use the traditional way of creating function. So this context will be different. Okay, so I can stay with this function expression. So the one on top here, okay, I'm using a normal function. You can notice that I'm not using this keyword here to point to my view instant. So no problem. Okay. Whereas over here later, you'll see that I'm going to use this keyword. That's why I'm going to state it as function expression. Okay, let us look at this one. To do 6, we have to complete the following function. Okay, there's quite a lot of things to be done here. Okay, A, reset the circle center and radius. We are going to draw a circle around the origin marker, the one that we select. So that's why here I'm going to take my circle. Okay, I can set it set center, change the center point. Okay, make it point to the origin position. So my origin can be now. So you can notice that at the beginning, I actually attach it to now. So it can be now. So I use a question mark. Okay, if I say origin is not now, I can call a function called get position. Okay, display a circle around the selected marker. Okay, after that, I need to set the radius also. Okay, I can call set radius. Okay, passing this dot radius. You can see that I'm using this keyword inside already. Okay, that's why this keyword is to point to my view instant. Okay, my component. If I say I use a traditional function, this keyword will give me different things. So I have to use function expression over here. Okay, this one will not give any effect. Okay, but I think that you can look at it already, because when you click, you will see a center appear. So let us try it out. So I click this one, you can see a center appear. Okay, a circle is going to appear around the marker that you click. So right, at least you can see something over there already. Okay, let's continue. Okay, after that, we're going to reset the marker icon and result. Okay, because we are going to put the marker icon, change the marker icon color. So at this moment, we're going to change all the marker icon back to the red color. Okay, so and also result, we got a result array. We're going to set it back to empty. Okay, even though we are not using it yet, so we got a result array, we set it back to empty. We're talking about this one. Okay, change all the marker back to red color, even though right now all are red color, but we do a resetting over here. So again, take all the markers from the array for each. Okay, for each of marker, again, take the marker, okay, call the set icon, okay, point them to the red constant. Okay, reset the marker icon back to red. Okay, even though right now all are red, so then we're going to set the result. Okay, this again, okay, back to empty. This is the resetting. So we do the resetting first. Okay, this one we cannot see any effect. So then we're going to continue. Okay, if let's say no origin, no marker is being selected, we'll return a function. Okay, very simple. If let's say no origin, we're going to return. Okay, well, so if let's say we are able to reach up to part D, so that means all things are in their initial status already. Now we can do the calculation. Okay, basically what we want to do is, okay, if let's say I got a marker, So, and they are nearby markers. Okay, within the areas, okay, I will highlight them and show it over here as a result. So the marker in the middle, I will change color. The one inside the radius, I will change color also. So let us do it inside the calculation part. Okay, focus on calculation. Okay, firstly, I'm going to make my selected marker, which is origin, set it to be blue using the blue icon. Okay, so the selected one is going to display in blue. Okay, this one we can test it. So look at it. Right now, select is going to be blue, 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 blue. Okay, so then we're going to calculate who is around it. Okay, for the surrounded, for the one inside the radius, that will be in green color. Okay, let's continue. Okay, for this one, you have to use a loops already. Okay, use for, okay, constant m, okay, of. This one, I will do a filtering because if I say constant m of markers, this one will include my origin marker also. I want to exclude the origin, so I take the markers array, I do a filter. Okay, I say that I will return the marker on which the marker is not equal to the origin. Compare object to object. So that means I got altogether 10 markers. Exclude the selected one, the remaining 9 will be returned. So, and for each of these markers, I need to calculate distance. In order for me to know whether they are within the boundary or not, I need to know their distance. Okay, I need to calculate the distance one by one. If I say within radius, I change their color. So here we're going to take P1. P1 equivalent to the origin position. Okay, get position. Okay, then I'm going to get the second position. This one is going to be my marker get position. Okay, one, I have these two already. I can compute the distance between 2 points, right? So this one I did before. Google Map dot geometry dot Saphorical. Okay, compute distance between 2 points. So I'm passing P1 and P2. Okay, now the distance is being returned. So based on distance, we can change their change their color. So if I say distance less than, okay, this dot radius is within the radius. Okay, you can use less than or less than equal, up to you. So I would just use less than. Okay, so open and close. Okay, then I can set the marker, set icon, call set icon, change it to green color. Okay, this one is the first thing. Okay, later we come back here and do the next line. So let's look at the result first. So I got this one. Okay, if let's say I do have something inside. Okay, notice that their color will be changed because my update will run every time when the page is looted. Okay, you can see that when I click a different point, they are going to have a different status. And also when we drag it around, it's going to change. Okay, so this one is actually working already. So right now, let's talk about displaying the result over here. For those who are inside the boundary of this radius, I want to show them their information over here. Okay, the label as well as their distance. So let's continue. Okay, so over here, I can to create my result array. I take my result array. Okay, I can do a push. Okay, I'm pushing something. Okay, firstly, it's going to be the text. Text is actually the marker label. So text is marker label. So marker.label.text. Okay, after that, the distance. Okay, for the distance, okay, I will just return like it will do that. So then the text and also distance, okay, they are actually used inside the division. Okay, on top of my template. So over here, you see you got a V4 here. The V4 will look to all the result item inside here, display the text, display the distance. Okay, fix it to 3 decimal places, and we got a meter behind because by default the unit of distance is actually meter. So let us look at the result right now. So I got something here. Okay, you can see that it's actually going inside. Okay, this one is inside. This one is inside also. Okay, so if let's say I move it around, then you can notice that they are inside. So and the distance will keep changing if I say the point is actually inside and outside. Okay, so right now let us make the radius become larger. Okay, this is going to be some interesting point. I change it to be 1000. It's not changing. Okay, I change it to be 2000. It's not changing. Okay, the reason because our app cannot listen for the changes of the radius yet. So we have to improve it. Okay, back to the code, the script section. So we know that previously, whenever we want to detect the changes of data properties, we can watch it, right? So we watch for the radius, then we call the method accordingly, the one that we want to call. But this time, this one is not working. The reason because our update function is not a view method. Okay, it's not a method that we define under the view directly. It's actually a local function belong to the mounted method. So you look at our update function here. Okay, which is this one? Okay, it's a local function. It's not a view method. Definitely, okay, we can actually rename it to make it become this. Okay, this dot underscore. Then it will be attached to our instant ready, the view instant ready. But I will still retain it. We want to try something different. Okay, so cons is a local function. That's why outside cannot make call to it. So what can we do? It's actually not difficult. We can manually attach the watcher. So let's go down. Okay, go down to the right bottom. Okay, we go for to do 8 first. Later we continue to do 7. To do 8, okay, we want to watch the radius, then update the result, call the update function. Okay, we can do it manually over here. Take the view instant, okay, the component and this keyword, then we call $watch. We tell which data properties we want to watch for. We want to watch for the changes of the radius. So this radius is coming from our data section. Okay, this one, okay, let me point it up again. This one, so whenever this radius is being changed, okay, I want to carry out certain operation. Meaning to say I want to call my update function, which is a local function. Okay, because I'm still inside the mounted function, that's why this is actually accessible. So whenever radius change, I want to call update. And now we got the reactive relationship ready. So let us go back to do 7. Whenever we click on the map, we want to make everything back to default. So origin set to now. Okay, and call the update function to redraw the map. Okay, so job done. Okay, let's look at the result right now. So I choose a point. Okay, I can increase the radius 1000. Okay, the update function will call 2000. Okay, it's actually larger area, and all others will be actually go inside the point. So if I say I'm finished about this already, I can click outside. Okay, click on the map to actually reset everything back to default. Okay, so we settled this circle and distance. Actually, this one can use to visualize the distance. Okay, visualize whether a building or location is within a radius. Okay, a radius, a boundary, secure boundary or not. So it's actually there's many applications you can use. Okay, by using the radius on top of map. Okay, now we'll move on to demo 8, drawing managers. Okay, just now we are drawing a circle, rectangle, and polygon. Okay, by using codes. Okay, we write the code. Okay, in fact, there's a library called drawing library, which allow us to create these shapes easily. So it's built in. Okay, so not only for the shapes like circle, rectangle, polygon, is also support marker and also polyline. So, but first thing, here we got the reference. If let's say you want to find out more about the drawing library, you can actually refer to this resource. But before we do that, we have to import the library in our script there. So let us start with this index.html. Go back to index.html, drag down, look for the script section. Okay, to do demo 8, step 1, we have to add the drawing library. Very easy. After the geometry, we are using geometry already. After geometry, put a comma and add drawing. And now we'll have the drawing library being imported already. So I'm going to close my index. Okay, close my node.txt. Let's go to this demo 8. Okay, we start from top. Okay, this is a UI of demo 8, very similar to how we handle demo 6. We got a circle, rectangle, and polygon, and so remove individual type and remove all. Okay, but this time my array is actually separated. Okay, if let's say you go down to this demo 8 code, okay, look at it. So I've got a function called remove circle, remove rectangle, remove polygon, and for each of them, okay, I'm using circle.length, rectangle.length, polygon.length to indicate their length. So mean to say it's going to be managed as different array, 3 different array. So just to try out something different. Okay, let's say look at my script X section. Okay, I do have data properties, circle, rectangle, and polygon. So 3 different arrays. All the function, remove circle, rectangle, polygon. Remove all, just call all the function on top. Nothing special, just reuse it. Then we got created and mounted. Yep. Okay, we can start with mounted. So right now, I already have the map. Okay, then we continue by creating the drawing manager component. Let's start by creating a constant. I call it MGR, stand for manager, equivalent to new Google Map.drawing namespace, then drawing manager. Drawing manager. Okay, we're passing the option. Okay, by default, if I say supply the map ready, then you can see the component ready. So let me go back to the UI and look at it. So you got this drawing manager. Okay, we can learn how to play around with it. Okay, if I say I try to click on a marker, I'll be able to create a marker. Okay, when I click on the map, a marker will be dropped. If I say select the polyline, this one polyline, okay, you just click, no need to drag. You click, you continue to click on different points, it's going to build a line that connected all together. Once you finish already, okay, the last point you double click, it's going to settle the line. Okay, then for the rectangle, you click, no need to drag, click, then you move your mouse, then you click again, a complete circle will be created. So then how about the circle? Circle, same thing, you click, is determine the center point, and then you drag it around to actually create the radius. Click again, then you have a circle. Okay, polygon similar to polyline. You click, Okay, click, no need to drag, just click will do. Okay, until you finish already, you double click, it's going to close the loop for you. Close the loop for you. Then you got the polyline. Okay, this one is the default behavior. So you change back to hand so that you can move the map around. Okay, so we got a hand, which is now. This one represent now, stop drawing. We got a marker, polyline, rectangle, circle, and polygon. We can actually set the option. Okay, to make the option overable. Okay, I just want to display circle, rectangle, and also polygon only. I want to remove the marker as well as the polyline. Okay, let's go back to the code. Okay, let's continue with coding of these drawing managers. I'm going to type a new option called drawing manager, drawing control option. Drawing control option. Okay, this one we can provide option to control the control of the drawing manager. Okay, we want to set a list of drawing modes that's available for the user to choose. Okay, by default it will list out all the modes. So here you can specify like, so the possible things here is going to be the string. For example, I only want to make circle available. So you have to follow exactly spelling circle, rectangle, okay, and also followed by this polygon. So I want to exclude the polyline and also marker. So if let's say look at the result right now, we're going to have this circle, rectangle, and so polygon only, and the marker and polyline has been removed. So we use this one to control the modes of variable. Okay, we can also control the position of this particular drawing control. We can put it on the top right, okay, bottom left, bottom right. So let me come to here. Okay, I can set the position accordingly. So next line, okay, we'll say that, okay, position for my drawing control. Okay, I'm going to set it to gm.control position. So there's a constant for it. It's called top underscore right. Okay, let's look at the result. Right now, it's going to change to top right only. Okay, top right already. So there are many constant available. Top, bottom, left, right, center. Okay, let me show you what is the option available. I go to this node.txt. So drag down to the right bottom here. Okay, for the Google Map drawing control position. Okay, after the control position, you will have different constant available. So I make it short. Top left, top center, top right. Okay, left top, okay, right top, left center, right center, left bottom, right bottom, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Okay, these are the control variable you can use. You just separate two words using capital letter, separate them by using underscore will do. Okay, so let me close my node.txt, go back to drawing managers. So we're going to try other things. If let's say you look at the option right now, okay, if let's say I try to select a circle, select a circle, it's actually black in color. That means they do not have any fill color, they do not have any stroke color, so the default is always black. So we're going to provide default option for the circle, for the rectangle, and also for the polygon. Okay, look, let's go back to the coding and we continue. So I can start with a section called circle option. Okay, this one represents the default option we want to apply to a circle. Okay, I'm going to make it single line, okay, to make it more compact. So I'm going to start with the first one. Okay, we want to change the, firstly, we want to make it draggable. Okay, so all the control, we want to make it draggable through. Okay, then the circle will become draggable. Okay, the setting we can use for circle. Okay, we can put it over here. So previously, we also tried the stroke color, right? For the circle, we can make it pink color. Okay, not only that, the fill color, I also want to make it pink. Fill color, okay, set it pink also. Okay, that's it. Okay, we leave it like this. So let's continue to actually do for the rectangle option and also for the a polygon option. I can do copy and paste. Control C, Control V. Okay, this one I change it to become rectangle. Rectangle option. So then the last one I change it to polygon option. So same thing you can apply to marker option, polyline option. So because drawing manager support 5 of it: circle, rectangle, polygon, marker, and polyline. So for the rectangle, I will follow the previous one, cyan. Okay, so this one also cyan. Okay, less polygon, I can make it yellow color. Follow the previous demo, yellow color. Okay, so okay, we can leave it like this, or you want to make some alignment to make it more easy to read, we can do the job. Okay, let's say I align it to make it easier to read. So draggable, stroke color, followed by fill color. So all of the setting. You can also provide other setting, okay, which is applicable for the shapes. So right now, let's look at how it looks like. Do we get all the default that we want? So we start with circle first. Circle, pink, no problem. So rectangle, okay, cyan, no problem. So yellow for the polygon. So settle. So let's come back to here. There are also other options we can do. Okay, for example, I can set the default drawing mode because by default nothing is being selected. This one is actually now. So I can actually set the drawing mode. Okay, this one is singular, drawing mode. Let's say at default, I want to make circle selected. I just provide a string, circle. Okay, let's go back to here and look at it. Okay, so right now by default circle is being selected, so I can start to draw circle already. Okay, the value for stopping hand is actually now. If you don't set, it's going to be the hand also, or you leave it to be now, it's going to select hand. Okay, for example, I want to start with hand. I can provide a value of now. So let's look at it. So it's going to be now, hand by default. Okay, definitely this one just for testing purpose lah. Okay, make it become command. Okay, let's talk about others also. Okay, I can also hide my drawing control entirely. Okay, this one is actually called drawing control. Drawing control. Okay, by default is true. I set it to false. Then the entire drawing control will be set. Will be removed already. Then I got no drawing control. Okay, why we want to remove the drawing control? Possible sometime you may want to, how to say, you may want to actually control it using code rather than setting, make it visible. Okay, for example, if let's say I leave this drawing mode to be circle. Okay, I set it default to circle. Okay, then I set the drawing control to be false. So actually, when you go back to the map, you can start drawing, but you cannot see the drawing control at all. So you may want to control yourself if let's say you want to do that. So it's we will still make it visible. Okay, this one I set it back to now. Okay, I'm going to remove the last two option as command, just for reference only. Okay, so we're happy with this already. Okay, right now, whenever we create a circle, rectangle, and polygon, we will have to drop them or store a reference of them inside our array, circle, rectangle, and polygon. So we will have to know when a circle, rectangle, polygon has been created. Okay, we have event. There are event for the drawing manager to do three. So we can handle drawing manager event, circle, rectangle, for circle, rectangle, and so polygon. So these are the event. Circle complete, rectangle complete, polygon complete, marker complete, and also polyline complete. Each of different shape, they're going to call different event over here. So there's also one overall one. Okay, it's called overlay complete. Overlay complete will be called whenever you create any of this shape. Okay, this one will always be called, then followed by the individual event. So let me go back to the notes again. Okay, I've shown you these are the drawing manager event. So the overlay complete will always be called no matter which shape you are created. This one will call first, then followed by the individual separate event, whether you are creating marker, polyline, circle, rectangle, or polygon. So for here, okay, I'm going to handle the individual one. Okay, handle circle complete, then rectangle complete, polygon complete. For each of them, okay, I'm going to put my item into my array. So let us create the skeleton on top first. So I'm going to start manager.add listener, same thing, add listener. Okay, then provide the event name. So I'm going to type complete first. I just provide complete first, later I can fill it up. And it's going to give us the shape, the object. I call it O. Okay, then my job is very simple. I'm going to push the O into my array. My array is called different array. So let's say I'm handling a circle. It's going to be this circle.push. Okay, push the O inside. Okay, but I will have to modify this one to become circle complete. But before I do that, let me do copy and paste first. Copy this one, paste and paste. Okay, the first one is circle complete. So the object created, the shape created will be pushed into the circle array. The second one is called rectangle complete, all lowercase. So this one is going to be rectangle. Okay, rectangles. Okay, I remember my array is actually plural. Circles, rectangles, and polygons. Okay, let me modify the array first. So polygons. Okay, this one is going to be polygon complete. So let me type the code, polygon complete. Okay, none. So they will be pushed to the array accordingly. Okay, I already showed the length. If I say look at the template, the length of the array has been displayed on the page already. So if I say I start to add item, you will see the length changing. Let's start with circle first. Click, click. Okay, 1 ready, 2 ready. Okay, 3 ready. Okay, if I say you want to change it to hand, you want to move them around, you have to change back to hand. Change back to hand, then only you can move them around. Okay, so let's say I do a dragging, so 3. So let's look at the count for rectangle. Okay, rectangle, no problem also. Let me change to polygon. So is it going to increase? Okay, yes, become 1 already. So you want to move around, change it back to hand. So right now, let's continue. Okay, let me maximize my Explorer and close the notes. So let's drag down. We want to settle the remove buttons. Remove circle, remove rectangle, and also remove polygon. So it's actually very easy because we only have one array. So this dot circles dot for each, use for each loop to them. For each object, okay, or the overlay. So I'm going to take view.toRaw. Remember, we have to convert it to the raw object before we can call a set map. We remove all the circles away from the map. Then we have to set the array back to empty. So job done. So actually, we can just copy and paste this one because the logic is the same for remove rectangles and polygon. Just have to modify this one accordingly. So this is going to be rectangles. Okay, this is going to be polygons. Polygons. Okay, then let me copy and paste. Control C, Control V, Control C. Okay, and Control V. Okay, job done. And remove all is going to call the function above. So let me go back to this one and try. So I'm going to create some circle. So let's create some rectangle also. Rectangle. Let's create some polygon on the page also. Polygon, polygon. Okay, job done, and click remove, remove, remove. Okay, so remove all will do the same lah. So let me create one for each. One for each. Okay, this one also. So because it's calling the same function, so if I say individual function is working, remove all should work. Clear already, eh? So let us continue. Okay, right now we would like to make, when we double click on the individual item, okay, each of the shape, we can remove the item accordingly, one by one. So for this one, we can move to do 7. It's actually at the bottom here. So actually, we can write the logic inside here. Okay, the same logic for circle, rectangle, and so polygon. But for testing purpose, we're going to handle another event called overlay complete. Okay, remember just now, overlay complete will always call regardless which shape you are creating. They will call overlay first, then followed by each individual event. So let's try this out. Okay, this one will be different a bit. Okay, manager, add listener. Okay, we call it the overlay complete. Okay, overlay means that the elements. Okay, for this one, it's going to give us the event object. It's not the object itself, it's the event object. Okay, it's going to contain of 2 parameters. So event.type is going to return us a string, circle, rectangle, polygon, marker, polyline, whereas the event overlays represent the object itself, the shapes, the shape object itself. So actually we can also put this one push inside here as well, but for testing purpose we can separate them. Okay, let's focus on this overlay complete. What we want to do, we would like to remove our element, the individual element, okay, from the remove the individual element from the array. So we're going to provide the double click event over here. So first thing to do, okay, I'm going to try to create an empty array. Okay, I let it to be internal variable, and depends on the type, switch. Okay, depends on the type, e.type, which is going to be a string. Okay, I do a case over here. If I say circle, okay, I can return the circle array. So AR equal to this dot circles. Okay, my code here just to return the array only, nothing special. Okay, then we can return the same array to the same reference over here. So let me do Control C, Control VV. Okay, for rectangle, okay, we're going to return the rectangles array. For polygon, we are going to return the polygons array. Okay, so that we are using the same variable to refer to them. So circles, rectangle, okay, and polygon. So align them nicely. So done already. So then let's go down. Okay, right now I got the arrays already. Okay, but array is not what I want to deal with. Okay, I'm going to obtain the object. Object is actually the event overlay. This one return the shapes. Okay, for the object, I want to give them a listener. The listener is actually dbl click. Okay, when I double click on the object itself, okay, I'm going to delete it from the relevant array. Okay, either circle, rectangle, or polygon. But because I stored the reference inside ARR already, I will start with ARR. So I go to this ARR. Firstly, I'm going to remove them from the map. Set map equal to null first. Remove from map first. Okay, here I don't need to use view.toRaw because the O is actually the original shape object. So then I will go to the array and look for it. Constant I equal to array.index of. Okay, this array is going to be depends which shape we are actually creating right now is going to point to different array. So once I got the index already, I can use the array and splice method I1, the typical way we deleting an item. So job done. So right now we can test individual one. So go back to the page. So let me create a circle. Okay, create a rectangle, create a polygon. Okay, let's say at the bottom here. Okay, a polygon, funny shape. So then let us double click. But before you double click, you have to change back to hand. Otherwise, it cannot register your click. So double click, gone. Double click, gone. Here also change the length. Double click, gone. So job done. Okay, for the last part, to do 8 and also 9, we're going to handle the keyboard event now. We want to provide keyboard shortcut. Whenever I press escape or 0, I'm going to set the drawing manager mood to now, meaning to say the hand. So 1, I'm going to change it to circle, 2, become rectangle, 3, become polygon. So that you can use keyboard to control the selection and we turn it off during unmounted. So let's try it out. I'm going to make use of jQuery to handle that because the event had to attach to the entire document object. So we're going to handle key down like how we did last time for the event, open and close. Okay, well, let me try to do a console log of the key first. I'm using e.key this time. See what is the value for escape 0, 1, 2, and 3. So whereas here we can turn it off first. So we're going to turn off all the event. Okay, we can turn off individual also, but here I will just say I want to turn off all the event so that the event will not be accumulated. So let me go back to here. So I press F12, open up my console window, clear it off. So let me try to press 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is going to be the letters. It's not really integer, it's a string. So if I say press escape, I will get escape as a string. Okay, space, then I got nothing there, but escape is going to get escape. So let us continue the code. So we know the string already. We just handle it by using a switch statement. Switch e.key. Okay, well, open and close. Okay, for case, if let's say the value is equivalent to escape, and also if let's say the value, sorry, so I'm going to go to next line. If let's say the value is equivalent to 0, okay, what we want to do, we would like to set the mood of the drawing manager to circle. So we can do this one. Drawing manager, which is a MGR manager. Okay, I think I can put over here directly. Okay, MGR dot mood. Okay, it's called set drawing mood. Okay, then passing the string. Okay, 0 is for, 0 is actually for now. I just set it to now. Okay, 1 is for circuit now. Okay, then do a break. Okay, then let me do copy and paste. Control C, V, V, V. So I can have provide value for 1, 2, and 3 over here. So this is a 1, this one 2, this one 3. Okay, then different string value for them. Okay, the first one is going to be string value of circle. Okay, circle. Okay, then this one is going to be string value for rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, the third one is going to be the string value for polygon. Polygon. So let me adjust the break a bit. Okay, so that it's actually look nice. Okay, break, 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 break. Okay, so then we can do a testing already. Let me go back to my UI. Okay, we try. Okay, we press 1, circle selected. Okay, I didn't use my mouse. Okay, I press 2, selected. You can see that's being highlighted already. Okay, I press 0, go back to hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, press escape. Okay, go back to hand. Okay, it's actually very handy because you have to change. Otherwise, the interaction of you with the map will be different. You want to navigate the map, then you have to change it to hand. Okay, that is it for our demo 6, 7, and also 8. So we can continue our demo 9, 10, and 11 in the next lesson. Okay, see you.